So the great crowd followed him because they had expectation of him based on their own experiences and personal needs. So you experience God, and your experience of God is on a level, and your expectation is on that level, because in that expectations are the needs that you want God to meet. And you remain there until those needs are met. That's why people will not transition from experiencing God from a perspective of as a provider, because all they want, all their life from God is to provide for them. So one need is met, and next thing you know, they have another greater need and bigger need, and now they want God to meet that need, and their life carries on. They will never experience God on any other and greater level than that which they have expectation of Him. Are you with me? There are those who are seeking healing, and the healing comes, and then there's another sickness, and then there's another sickness, and whole life they only view God from that perspective of as a healer for them. The crowd followed him, and each one of them had their own experience with him. They had seen him in a different light, and each one of them had a different expectation of him. So people might profess to be followers of Christ and are called Christian, yet only know God from a perspective of what they can get out from him. And these are professing Christians. Some of them might have an encounter with God and have experienced supernatural, but the expectation of God does not move from that place of need. This is the tragedy within the church, that as long as your expectation remains in that place of need, you can never experience God on a personal level. You will always lack intimacy, because He becomes a Santa Claus for you. So your prayers are very much focused on what your needs are and what you're expecting Him to do, not rather than who He is to you and how you can invest in that relationship on a personal level. So your expectation of God is based on the experiences that you have and the experiences that the others are going through. So if God can do for them, surely God can do for me, because it has happened, so I want that to happen to me. So our relationship with God is very much based on our needs and experiences of our own and the experiences of others. Are you with me? And it's a tragedy. So people only view God from that vantage of what they can get out from their faith on Him, rather than what they can offer to Him. This is where it becomes very hard for people to serve God, because as much as they are believers, the expectation of God remains on that level of what I can get rather than what I can give. So they don't move and they don't transition from that level, whereas there are greater levels that He wants to take us in. Are you with me? So you might be experiencing God and maybe have a view of God from a vantage of your experience and expectation and need. But I want you to know that there is more to God than what you are seeking.